Good morning and welcome to Paynesville. We're at the waterfront caravan park. We're not going to get to see much of Paynesville or all the things that we had planned here. We are moving on today unexpectedly. It's a beautiful caravan park. So I'll just say the whole story. We spent the weekend in Melbourne at the ice hockey finals. Had a great time. Our team sadly didn't win, but congratulations to Melbourne Ice. They played really well. But we were tired. Feeling a bit weary after the weekend.
Oh, bugger.
Yeah, it was a big weekend, wasn't it?
No sleep for about 3 nights. We're off. You gotta sleep one night.
Yeah, so maybe tonight it'll be a little bit better. We'll get to sleep a little bit earlier. And so many people at the grand final had mentioned that we should visit Paynesville. We'd love it. And we think that we do. It's obviously right here on this beautiful lake. We've been told when you walk up to the township, there's a barge that goes across to an island that is protected and full of wildlife, and we'd planned to do that today. But we've decided to move on primarily because we don't want to listen to another night of our neighbours' life stories with their friends. And they decided to set their camp fire up right next to where our bed is. And while there was no music last night, it was just chatter, chatter, chatter. They've already gone and got more firewood this morning, so it's going to be the same tonight. We don't want any trouble. We don't really care what they do. We're not going to put a complaint in or anything because they didn't have music. They should be able to sit and chatter, but we just don't really feel like laying in bed listening to everything again. So we're going to say goodbye to this beautiful place. We didn't actually research Paynesville at all. So we just got in the car and put it into the GPS and thought we'll figure it out when we get here. It's actually on a bit of a peninsula, I guess you'd say, and there's just 3 caravan parks. They're the only camping options. Here is $60 a night, powered. There was no unpowered option. The other caravan park that we went to visit is mainly retirement villas now. They do have some spots, but they're in the middle of a suburban area and there was no lookout or anything, and for an extra $10 we could come here. In full honesty, we didn't go to the 3rd caravan park. If you're interested in coming to this area, make sure that you read the reviews on some of the websites before you choose which caravan park. That's all I'm going to say. People were fishing off the pier last night and the sun going down, even though it's not a sunset, the sun goes down behind those buildings. It's still beautiful, and you know, the wildlife, the birds and everything was just lots of fun. But we'll come back. We'll definitely. The other thing is I don't have my good camera with me, so I kind of want to save the island till I have my camera and I can catch nice wildlife shots. So we're going to pack up now. It's actually 9 o'clock, so we only have an hour to get out of here or we have to pay for the next night. No access to camping. I googled this morning, I really did. Oh my gosh, it's just not our day. We have driven this road a long way. I googled this morning and saw that the campsite was open, but I didn't know the names of the tracks leading to the campsite, and they're not open. So you've just done a 100-point turn.
101 turn, yeah.
And we're now driving nearly 12 k's back out past the grader, and yeah, we'll find somewhere else to camp. Just not our few days, sadly. They said if it wasn't going to rain tomorrow, they would let us go down, but that if we wanted to come back in the next few days, we'd wreck the grading because they're supposed to get a lot of rain, which we didn't actually realise there was a lot of rain coming, did we?
No, I had no idea it was going to rain.
Yeah.
Just the weather. I didn't see the weather. No.
And this road, we've already been slipping and sliding. So back we go to find somewhere else. If you look very closely, this dirt track looks very differently to the last dirt track. And we are now on the other side of Orbost, and we're heading down a dirt track to another campsite, and fingers crossed this one turns out how it's supposed to. We've had a little bit of a journey after leaving Melbourne with the caravan park. That we liked the caravan park, just didn't love our neighbours so much and their chatter late at night. Then we went down to try and get into another campground in one of the state forests, and we got a little lost on the tracks. When we finally come out, we met the grading team that were like, oh no, don't go down there, it's going to rain tomorrow and you might get stuck because we're going to be regrading. You won't be able to drive on the road and you will ruin the work that we've done. So we did a U-turn and we left there. We come to Orbost and look at our sweet little setup here. So we're at Woods Camping Reserve. It was a bit of a drive out of Orbost to get here, to be honest. We weren't sure we were on the right road sometimes. You go through Orbost, down what's called the B road, and it is, literally is the letter B. You come to a track and it says it's 4 kilometres along the track. You leave the river a long way, like you go quite inland it feels, and you start thinking, where are we going? And then there's quite a descent and you come to this little patch of paradise and there is no one else here. I would think in summer it'd be very busy, but it's just beautiful. Anyway, we're going to see how we feel, how many days we spend here, because John probably won't love to drive that track again, so I better make the best of it while I'm here. Is that right?
No, don't like that track at all.
You hate coming to steep descents with the van behind you, don't you?
Yeah, well, it's not hard, but I just don't like going down steep roads.
Yeah, now the website for this campground says only small vans and camper trailers, but I'm not sure why. So if you have a larger van or something, you should do your own research. More footprints, something coming down. Have a little drink. Maybe they're wombat footprints, I don't know. They're little short steps, that's for sure. I'm randomly just paddling, keeping an eye on the bank. I went up around that corner before and there was a very large wombat and I sat and watched it without any cameras. Thought, well, that was my lucky day. And then when I got to this bit, there was a smaller wombat. So I paddled back to camp. I got my camera and I had my fingers crossed. I think it's unlikely they'll stay in the same spot, so exposed for very long. But I thought we'd come back and have a nut. That aside, look at this. It's just absolutely amazing. And it's just me. I have to be really careful because you're not in waterproofing. The good camera's sitting here in a plastic bag. Well, the semi-good camera, because the other one's still at the repairers. And see over there, all that bank, how it looks like all the grass is shorn. Well, that's the little wombat that I was seeing. So I'm just going to paddle up a little bit more and then drift down without paddling to be quiet and see if I'm lucky. I don't know if you can see, it's just over there. I'm going to go all the way up there and then see if I can float down past her closer to it without scaring it. How good was that? He's still there and he's still eating. I didn't disturb him at all, but I did 2 passes, one with the camera and one with the GoPro, and I have my fingers crossed they turn out because it's the very old camera that if I fall in, it won't break my heart to lose. But you could just tell that there was something living here manicuring the grass. Look at it all. So I am a long, long way from camp, but I'm going to float my way down here because I'm thinking if there's one wombat, you never know, I might be lucky to see another one. And I've done all the effort paddling against the current, so I might as well enjoy a free trip home. I have to say, I know wombats don't come out during the day. I'll just say it's 5 o'clock at night. They're on the shady side of the bank and it's cold. I'm really cold, like I'm frozen. And they're just eating. They don't look like they've got mange or anything for anybody that's looking. I'm not an expert, but I definitely can't see any big missing pieces of fur. So quiet. That's the beach that I launched off. Oops, I better paddle. Good morning. It's another day in this beautiful, quiet paradise where time just feels like it goes so slowly. I was so lucky last night after my little kayak trip and seeing the wombat. When I got back to the van, John had the diesel heater going and the hot water hot, and I stepped straight into a very hot shower and then came out of the van and he had a roaring fire going. We sat around, we had steak, potatoes, asparagus, and then we crawled into bed at about 8:30, 9 o'clock, read our books until we couldn't read anymore. And when we turned the lights off, it was pitch black and absolutely silent. And we just slept right through. The sun, while you can't see the sunrise, is getting high-ish in the sky, and we've had a great sleep. This is a beautiful place. We've been sitting here, it's mid-morning, reading our books, just watching the river go past. But you probably can't feel it, but we can definitely feel it. Something just changed in the air, didn't it?
There's a storm coming, Marge.
Yeah, I think there's a storm. We don't have internet, but it just feels... And actually, as I turned the camera on, the wind stopped, but there was a huge wind. And we're just thinking... The access road in here was steep in sections and all unsealed, and some of it was a little bit slippery. And we're just sitting here thinking, do we want a chance staying down here and the rain comes and it pours? Because it definitely feels like something's changing. So we've decided to pack up and we'll put this onto we could come back again. Right? We would easily come back here again, do you think?
Yeah, it's not that far from home and a nice little quiet spot.
And just lovely that I could use the kayak and got to see the wombats yesterday. So that's what we're going to do. It's late-ish in the day, but we're going to pack up and find somewhere new that has access a little bit easier, and then we will probably sleep a bit easier, right? We'll pack up and be out of here in 10 minutes, probably 15 at the max. Well, we left our beautiful campsite. A local had told us it was going to rain today, and when the weather changed and there was a lot of wind, we got spooked out and we left Woods Point camping and being on our own and loving it. Anyway, we followed the Princess Highway and we've come to a very different campsite. We chose this one, it's donation only, and in our camp book it says it's along the river. The river's a little bit depleted and you're really not along the river. I'll just say we parked and set up and went for a little look down to see if we could get in the river, and when we come back we have very close neighbours facing us. So we're hoping they're just staying for lunch, because it's kind of awkward. The way their van opens, we're looking right in it. But they knew we were there, like we were there first, so it's just weird. I think this is a lovely maintained donation campsite. Like the grass is all cut very well and it's very flat and it looks great. There's tennis courts over there, and maybe over the footbridge is a town. We'll go and have a look later. However, I think this is the local dumping ground for unwanted roosters in the area. And as we pulled in, since we've pulled in, I've probably seen about 8 roosters walking around. So we're hoping that this is like part of their day circuit and they settle somewhere up under the bridge or on the other side of the river or something, and we're not listening to them all night, regretting our decision to stop here.
You want chicken for dinner?
It's not chicken though, it's rooster. It'll be tough. Life they've had.
That cock's tough, are they?
Yeah, I think so. We're going for a little walk because we're already sick of the roosters. The people that were eating lunch next to us actually threw all their scraps on the ground for them, and it has attracted every rooster from near or far.
Every cock from miles around's turned up.
Not very impressed.
How do chickens cross the roads with no legs?
Now,
In a KFC bucket.
I wouldn't mind some KFC instead of these ones. They keep making a little bit too much noise.
Oh shit, it's a volleyball.
Ah. Ooh.
That's my MLA days.
An excavator in your dreams. It's so grassy, good playground. I guess if you bought your own rackets, I take that back, there's padlocks on all the tennis courts. We've come across the bridge into town. There's a few buildings that are no longer inhabited and say that they've closed down. The pub, which there's a sign in the campground saying cash only, looks like it hasn't been a pub for a while, but I may be totally wrong because the motel part at the front looks like it's still being used. We might just be on the wrong day.
The population of Genoa is 66.
Oh,
That's as of 2021 census, so
well,
it wouldn't be too hard to count.
that would be pretty hard to keep a business open with 66 people, and that's it. Well, this is us, chased out of bed by the roosters crowing. The first crow was at what?
128.
1:28. They are right in the bushes behind us. If you come to this campsite, definitely camp on the roadside. You'll be that little bit further away. We do have something to get home to, and we were planning to get up early. Not quite this early, it's pre-dawn. But we're going to drive carefully and slowly along the road. Hopefully we won't hit any wombats or roos, and just take our time. Anyway, hopefully we don't hit a rooster on the way out.
I wouldn't mind.
So funny. That's it for this trip. It's been a lovely one. It feels like it's been longer than just 2 weeks, and we've done a lot. Until next time, I will see you on the other side.
There's not much here.
Oh, well, we'll go back and relax.
That's it.
Can't say we didn't try to put some money into the township. Got our few little coins. We were coming over for a drink, but
66 people.
yeah.